Welcome today to Mile High Radio, your newest black podcast till we not. Today we doing something a little different because this is a trending topic right now, and I got a comment on one of my videos being called a black supremacist. I don't know why, because I commented on how you're comparing, contrasting an unarmed black man getting shot to a lady getting shot in the Capitol building, and she wasn't supposed to be there. But that's a different story, a topic that we'll get into later. But I just wanted to understand people, when did they make up this word or this phrase and terminology of black radicalism and a black supremacist? When? Like, okay, now y'all trying to put us with, I don't know. But I was on decentralized platforms, which is social media platforms that are not censored. They're controlled by the people that use them, and it's a lot of that comes from a lot of people that use cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, and other type of access to the internet. But what happened is they have banned a lot of supremacist groups or top Trump supporters that have something to do with the instigation or rioting at the Capitol building. That's why they're blocking them, and these people are trying to sue Amazon and all of these major companies. But I wanted to talk about how are you trying to compare and how you say that, traject this image and this stigma with black people. And then they're using mad terminology that deal with politics. The leftists, the rioters, Democrats, Republicans. I thought you voted for who you like, who you didn't like. But I know I'm smart, so I know the meaning of words, whatever the case may be. But to use black supremacy in that manner, or to discredit ethnicities in that manner pertaining to votes of a presidency and so-called fraud, when black people they took our votes out this one. We're fighting for our votes back. So we didn't have nothing to do with that voting system. But that's a different story. I don't even want to get into that. But let's get into the video of one of the podcasts that what they said, how they said it, what they're laughing, wording about, and why I don't know where they came up with this word, black supremacy. Stay tuned, people.
I'm from ALB, A-N-Y. I'm from ALB, A-N-Y. I'm from ALB.
Mercenary, bitch.
I put that one in
Pelosi,
today.
Biden, that sort of, corporate neo-lib structure has just fully embraced the radical left-wing view of whiteness, blackness, and racial and gender politics, right? So that there is now nothing that we, I guess, could describe as the normal view of racial and gender politics as before, the sort of individualistic view that the conservatives hold. That doesn't exist anymore. You've got full-on radical leftism coming out of Biden's agenda. I mean, this is a clip of Biden just announced.
Our focus will be on small businesses on Main Street that aren't wealthy and well-connected, that are facing real economic hardships through no fault of their own. Our priority will be Black, Latino, Asian, and Native American-owned small businesses, women-owned businesses, and finally having equal access to resources needed to reopen and rebuild.
So, as he said, is equal access now. Because, unfortunately, everybody hasn't equally begin access to the stuff that we supposed to be getting. But that's a different story and topic. But come on, let's listen to their response.
Why?
Jesus Christ, because like the first part of that sentence was fine.
Yeah.
Second part,
I mean, well, hang on. The first part, don't lie to me, Joe, right? Taking money from Ukraine, China, Wall Street. Yeah. You're not interested in helping small businesses. But then to have to racialize it and gender it, to essentially be like, look, Black, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean, is there any group that's being left out here, Joe? Oh, that's right. White small business owners. Yeah, go away. That's essentially what I took away from that.
How are you being left out and you in everything? You in everything. How you left out? He's just focusing now on the people that have been left out. But you take your opinion and analyze it yourself.
26% of the country or something like that?
His 50% of the country was small businesses before the COVID lockdowns. It's going to be doubtless.
I know, I just mean the group that's being excluded.
Yeah, something like 70% of the United States is. Anyway, so you can see the kind of racial and intersectional agenda that is just coming out of Biden's administration. This is, and notice they, in their tweet, our priority will be they clip the bit where it says, look, we're giving priority to essentially the non-whites.
Yeah.
And, of course, women, because women are a victim class now. A woman called Kirsten Clark to run the Justice Department's civil...
So, like I said, I don't know where that's coming from, but this is the lady that they are putting onto the DOJ for civil rights. Listen to what she had explained on the news. I shout her out for that one. She's trill for that. But I'm trying to still figure out what this got to do with what we got to do with y'all voting for this guy and the other guy.
Rights Division. And this woman is kind of like Tariq Nasheed, right? I bet she follows him on Twitter. I bet she watches a lot of his content. She is what I would describe as a black supremacist.
Quote.
That's where I got it from. I'm like, wait a minute. What is that? That's some new things. We about to be out here with the conies on black. Like, yeah, we out here marching. Oh, my thing came on. My bad, people. I
bet she follows him on Twitter. I bet she watches a lot of his content. She is what I would describe as a black supremacist.
Quote. Please use the following theories and observations to assist you in your search for truth regarding the genetic differences between blacks and whites. End quotes. You know it's going to be interesting, and it was. Quote. 1. Dr. Richard King reveals that the core of the human brain is the locus coeruleus, which is a structure that is black because it contains large amounts of neuromelanin, which is essential for its operation. 2. Black infants sit, crawl, and walk sooner than whites. 3. Carol Barnes notes that human mental processes are controlled by melanin, that same chemical which gives blacks their superior physical and mental abilities. 4. Some scientists have revealed that most whites are unable to produce melanin because their pineal glands are often calcified or non-functioning. Pineal calcification rates with Africans are 5 to 15%, Asians 15 to 25%, and Europeans 60 to 80%. This is the chemical basis for the cultural differences between blacks and whites. And 5, melanin endows blacks with greater mental, physical, and spiritual abilities, something which cannot be measured based on Eurocentric standards. End quote.
Melanin accounts for the cultural differences between blacks and whites.
But no, the calcification of the pineal gland.
Yeah, the reason that's important is because it stops melanin production.
Apparently.
That's her opinion.
I mean, it's not the opinion of science. Josh is a big...
So, pause. Bam. So, I'm just like, okay. Why would you use that out of everything you could say about this woman that's about to be elected in this position? But hey, that's mainstream media for you, and as you see, the color of the broadcasters and probably the people that own the company. But as you could probably see, this is a screenshot from an article from a site that just came out, I think yesterday, about the comparison of Black Lives Matter protesting with Capitol Hill and trying to use that as a comparison for what they did. Alright, we was out there fighting for y'all killing us. Y'all out there bugging for some votes that y'all control all the votes for. Y'all control the machines, the company, the stock markets. But look, and I'm going to show you another picture real quick that made me look like, wait a minute, why are they bugging? Your outrage is manufactured. Black Lives Matter riots, Capitol riots. left-wing violence, right-wing violence. What is the left and right wing? Somebody comment on my video, explain the left and right wing for me. I skip politic classes in Albany High. So, bam, Black Lives Matter lasted 7 months. Capitol riots lasted several hours. Condemned mostly by Republicans. Condemned by all Republicans and Democrats. Encouraged by media and politicians. Encouraged only by fringe political groups. Police force used. 23 plus people shot and dead during Black Lives Matter protests. One person shot and dead at Capitol riot. I thought it was, but 700 officers injured. 14 officers injured there. Y'all was the police, but 150 plus federal buildings damaged. One damaged there. Hundreds of small businesses destroyed. No small businesses destroyed. No outrage, national outrage. So I'm just like, all right, they bugging. I'm like, I'm going to say something if nobody else wants to say something. Then I went on the internet to look up the statistics. Also, we don't own Black Lives Matter, all right, people? Black people and people that saying and trying to use that, black people don't own it. We don't run that corporation, all right? So stop trying to use that with us. So let's get into the articles and the research done by Yah to show that Yah was the main issue during the Black Lives Matter protests anyway.
Privilege and a double standard for protesters.
Images of protesters and rioters storming the Capitol were compared to images of Black Lives Matter protesters from last summer. Many of yesterday's protesters were not met with violence or force from law enforcement, while Black Lives Matter protesters in D.C. were tear-gassed, hit with rubber bullets, and arrested. Ohio Democratic Congresswoman and former chair of the Congressional Black Caucus, Marcia Fudge, says, quote, "There was no question the response from police."
That's a different. We'll get back to that. But bam. This is white extremists terrorizing loots. 18 videos. Destruction black people will be blamed for. Now, bam. This is an article from the people that they locked up at a protest. We're at, let's see, I think it was Oklahoma. Because, of course, Channel 9 News took it off. How many black faces do you see caught and locked up? I see 1, 2. All right, she might be got some Indian in her. You know what I mean? Oh, she black too. He black. Oh, she might be Mexican, so they black too. This nigga might be, I don't know, she might be transgender, so he might be black. That's 4 out of look like 40-some people. So, Pew Research Company did a research and showed the statistics. Majority Black Lives Matter protesters are white Democrats. Black Americans account for only 17% of those who say they attended a protest focused on race or racial equality in the last month. And this is an article from June. While 46% of those other attendees were Caucasian people. I'm in Albany. They broke into a coin store. You know damn well ain't no black people break into no antique coin store. This is another video that y'all control of y'all terrorizing versus what happened when we was peacefully protesting. Then here goes another one. Officials say white supremacists infiltrated Black Lives Matter protests in Richmond to instigate riots and looting. It's ridiculous. And now they trying to and then now this your boy Trump telling them to stop. Don't go do that 50 state thing on the inauguration. So let's get back to the video. So then I was like, I ain't gonna say nothing. Then this popped up. They did a whole article based on black on white crimes. I think this is for like maybe this 1 year, 2 years. 23 people. Yeah, we only. I'm gonna just be quiet on that note. We gonna be quiet. We ain't even gonna do the math and statistics on how many. This count the many people. Oh, check your boy. I had to get him in here. That ain't nobody black. We not robbing vans. All right. Okay. Or somebody get Joe Rogan on my boy. What that nigga? I can't think of that white nigga name. Michael Rapper. We need him on this note. We need somebody to help me out. I want to got some more video here. Oh, let me be quiet.
People work too hard. You ain't gonna do it in front of me.
This is not a black woman who's put in Black Lives Matter. I just want you to know that right, but y'all doing that for us, and we ain't asked you to do that. Listen, don't spray stuff on here when they gonna blame black people for this, and black people didn't do it.
Yeah, my boy came out with the whole load though. Like, listen, homie. Hold on, wait a minute, homie. Okay, how many black people do you? I see one nigga right here, cause that's an afro. You know that's real. We not. Let me. Please don't block me on the internet. Oh, check. Oh wait. Yeah, hold on. Check your boy out over here with the wheels. Check him out though. That is not a black nigga. Well, I see another black person over there chilling. Like, nah, I ain't going up in there with all them.
A black woman tries to cry stop to a group of white looters in Oakland, but the chaos drowns her. Saw a white man defacing public property.
I do get very frustrated when those who aren't people of color are destroying things in our name, and we end up getting the blame for it, but we didn't ask for it.
So that's just a little bit what I wanted to get into. Plus, I wanted to be able to say something back. But at the end of the day, it's not about race, ethnicity. It's about all of us getting together to defeat a virus that we don't know about, to defeat and change a government system that is not for the people, to change the stigma of society for us as black people to start getting along, and for other ethnicities to see that we have not been an issue, that we have been used as a face for something that we are not. So that's what I wanted to do this on. This don't got nothing to do with race or black or white. This is about all the people in the world getting together so we could change a world and a system in the world for it to work better for us. Thank you for tuning in to Mount High Radio, your newest black podcast till we not.